Hey, welcome back to Dallin Dives. Today I'm at Lake Pleasant in Arizona again. Pretty awesome spot. Gonna be trying to get any fish I can see today. Pretty stoked to be in the water again. It's pretty toasty in the water. Normally I wouldn't be wearing this wetsuit that I have on, this upper piece. But once I got to the lake, I realized I didn't have my loading pad, like a little thing I can put on my chest to load my spear gun so I don't bruise my chest up. Realized I forgot it at home, so I threw on the top part of my wetsuit and just went only swim trunks on the bottom. Because the water is pretty warm here. It's in July and it's toasty. It's toasty. Gotta get the gun loaded up. Stoked to see what we can find today. It was kind of a weird day visibility-wise. Visibility was like super hit or miss. Like I'd get out of the water, get back in, and visibility was different than what it just was. I'm not used to really seeing the visibility change like that. That little line I'm pulling on is what's called a float line. I have it attached to my gun, and then it's attached all the way back to a float. And that's just that if I'm down diving, 30, 40 feet down, I shoot and my spear gets stuck in some rocks or something, I don't want to lose my gun, so I can just leave it, swim to the top without it, follow my line down, and know exactly where it's at and get it unstuck. That's why we had that line attached off the back there. There's a lot of shad today, but shad they're tough to get. These are like my yellowtail for any ocean divers. Shad in the lakes are like the yellowtail in the ocean. Obviously a lot smaller, but they're tough to track. There's usually groups of them. They swim quick, and you just have to be ready because they'll usually just swim right by you. Sometimes you can get lucky and just have one sitting there, but most of the time they just zip by you, and by the time you know what's going on, it's too late. They're gone. So you're just looking around, see some fish, see if there's anything to see. Not a whole lot going on. So speed it up a little bit here, get to this spot. You can see I'm moving like pretty slow here. Shad scare super easy. So I am doing super small, not noisy kicks at all, just so that the fish don't get scared to hear me coming. Move it super slow with my spear gun already kind of in the position I'd need it to be if I swam over a fish. I didn't realize my camera angle is kind of messed up here. I fixed that later. See a fish there. Boom. Dusted. Right through the top of the dome. Not a half bad little shad there. He's already bleeding out. I hit him through the gill plate on the other side, so he's already bleeding out. He'll be out of his misery pretty quick here. Stoked I finally got a fish. Scoot him up onto that flopper so I know he's not getting off. Just swim back to my float so I can put him on my threader and make sure he doesn't get anywhere. Here you can let go of your spear gun. Spear guns float. If the shaft is attached, it will sink, but since the shaft is off now, it'll float and it's attached, so it's just pulling behind me here. I'm only going to be shooting into rocks like I did when I'm using this spear gun. This is kind of my lake, I don't want to say trash because it's an awesome spear gun, but it's a spear gun that I can shoot and not have to worry too much about. I would never shoot my gun down on top of a fish like this if it was my nice like ocean spear gun. This is just my lake spear gun, not too concerned about bopping it. So that's the float I was talking about that my line is attached to. This is called a threader. Put it underneath the fish's gills and out the mouth. Just something to hold on to the fish. A lot of people have threaders that sit on your weight belt and the fish just kind of sits next to you. I like having mine on the the float here, so the fish isn't making it to me. Try and pull the flopper out. I can tell it's going to get stuck on all the gills. Not happening. What do you do? So we just decided to pull it out the other way. So that's some monofilament that the spear is attached to. You can pull it all the way through, and then don't let go of your shaft because it will sink. And then I can just detach it from my spear gun and pull it all the way through. Makes it a lot easier and a lot better for the fish and the meat of the fish than just trying to rip that flopper through. So you can just detach, don't let go of the shaft, and then pull the whole thing through. Bada bing, bada boom. Now we can attach it back to the spear gun and reload. We'll be good to go for another fish. So I got out for a while after this, got back in the water, and this is that visibility like variance I was talking about. All of a sudden I just can't see anything. I have no idea how deep I am. No idea what's underneath me. It's just visibility turned to a zip. So I decided I should just take a dive, see if there's any fish waiting for me down there. With this low visibility too, you really want to take out your snorkel beforehand, make sure you're not making a bunch of bubbles or noise, and just dive as quietly as you can. So we get down, see some little twigs there, and all of a sudden, target acquired right there. Boom, smoked. He had no idea I was even there the whole time. Trying to swim as quietly as I could and stay in his blind spot. Able to just slam him. I was stoked. It had been like hours since I'd got a fish at this point, and I was just so happy to finally get something. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. Finally a fish. My God. Little shad. Let's put him out of his misery and bleed him real quick. Finally got something. Super happy. This guy, I could tell I needed to try and get out of his misery. You can see his fins are going up. He's still alive. The last one I got was just almost instantly dead. This one he's still kicking a little bit. And I forget how hard of a skull these shad have. They are so bony, and whenever you're doing this, push away from you, don't go into your hand. Look at that, I'm pushing as hard as I can, and I can't get any little bit through there. Not having it. So I'm like, maybe I'll bonk him. Obviously not getting anywhere with that. Nope. Do we push a little harder? And right here, I just feel it break through it. I feel him stiff up a little bit. He's done. Shaft already took out the gills on that side. He's bleeding out pretty good. Didn't have my threader on my float this time. I'd switched spots, so I just put him right into my float there. Little cod, dude. And that's pretty much it for this one. Going on some trips soon in Montana. Gonna try and get some pike there, and then I have a boat trip around San Diego. Gonna get some yellowtail there. Super stoked. Keep tuned in, and I'll post some videos soon about getting some fish in those spots. Thanks for watching.